No. How the podcast normally start?
Just
Hello.
A little intro. Well, let's go for it.
Sound.
Don't think it's too much into it.
I like that sound. I won't do that. I reckon this is the intro.
Yeah.
Keep it like this.
Hello and welcome to the inaugural.
Inaugural.
Is that the right word?
Very nice word, yeah.
Hey. The first episode of the Chocobros podcast.
The inaugural episode of the Chocobros.
Inaugural.
Chocobros podcast.
Is it Chocobros or Chocobros? You corrected me for saying Chocobro.
Yeah.
Is it Chocobro?
Chocobro, yeah. I don't know.
But Chocobro sounds like Chocobro.
It does sound like Chocobro, actually.
Just was about this, like,
yeah.
the worst.
Chocobro. I don't know. Now that I'm saying it, Chocobro sounds better. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Scouse, I think. It's like a Scouse way saying, I think.
You reckon? Oh. Fair.
But anyway, I'm Matty.
I call you Matty.
Matty. I'll go with Matty.
Be whatever you want to be, but I'm calling you Matty.
What am I? Writer. Failed writer. Failed musician. Failed filmmaker.
Especially with this podcast.
Yeah. And this is Lee.
Yes, Lee. Failed artist. Almost failed product designer.
Soon to be failed writer.
Yeah, soon to be failed podcast host.
So why are we doing the podcast?
Why are we doing a podcast?
Why are we doing it?
We think we've got good opinions.
I don't think it's that. We love Final Fantasy, don't we?
Yeah.
7 in particular.
Yeah.
That is.
It is.
It's a bad image to.
It is. Don't know if it's wall market or not.
Today's special high potion.
It is. Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, you only just noticed that. There's wall market though. There we go.
Yeah. So we're massive Final Fantasy 7 fans.
Massive. But I'm a massive Final Fantasy fan in general.
Yeah.
But
me too. 7 till 10 part 2.
Yeah.
I haven't played.
I'm like 1 through 16. take away 11 and 14. I'm 5 for some reason.
Have you not played them? Or?
No, I haven't played 5. It's like the one I haven't played. Oh, and 8. I haven't played 8.
Oh yeah. Miss out. Yeah. So why don't we tell our Final Fantasy story? Because Final Fantasy is the only thing I'm in a way a fan of. Like a big fan of, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So obviously I like Lord of the Rings, Matrix, stuff like that, but I'm not really. Final Fantasy is the first thing I've been like, probably obsessed is probably the right word.
Yeah.
I don't like to admit it, but probably obsessed over it since September last year. Played it when I was a kid. I played a remake.
Well, I couldn't believe that you'd played it. Because like when we were talking about it, I remember being like really, like, I want to say like flabbergasted that like you even knew what Final Fantasy was. Because like for years I've played it just like in my own little bubble.
Yeah. I know it was random earlier on because I think it was one night last year we were in the pub and we were talking about old PlayStation 2 games.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was a Saturday night as well. We were just sitting there and I think it was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
It was probably the Royal Oak.
Yeah. There first and then probably the Wetherspoons.
Yeah.
But I remember we were talking about then and we were going through our top 5 like video games from that. Well, my top 5 video games at that point were all PlayStation 2 games. Because I hadn't played a game in years, basically. And then we were going through that and we were talking about the Final Fantasies and we both said Final Fantasy 7. Now, I played it when I was probably about 7. I remember it's one of my first memories, my brother playing it. So we were 3, weren't we, when it came out?
Yeah, when it came out.
If that.
Yeah.
Maybe 2, because it was, it's 3 when it came out. So I remember my brother playing it and me playing it a few years later, probably when I was about 6, 7, 8. Loved it. didn't understand obviously a lot of it because Square obviously love a complex story. But
well, I remember you getting further than me because I was stuck in the tunnels.
Yeah, it was
running the wrong way.
Yeah, in Mika.
Yeah, when I was like 5 or 6.
But so I remember as a kid that like absolutely loving it, and I remember the main thing that I like always stuck out to me when I was a kid that I remember growing up was the Machel. The idea of a live stream. I loved that when I was a kid, and that was when I used to think back to Final Fantasy 7. I used to think about that. And how much I loved the idea of that. And I remember, I could sort of remember visuals of stuff. Obviously remember how it all looked. Couldn't remember large chunks, which ended up helping, doing me a favour later on when it comes to play Remake, because I got to experience it almost as fresh as possible. But yeah, so I loved it when I was a kid. And then, I mean, I've been saying to you for years as well about getting back into like playing games and stuff, because I think I stopped playing games for about a few years, and then 2017 I think it was, I played The Last of Us, got a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I remember.
Played The Last of Us, and I was like, this is the best thing ever. I was like, I remember thinking this is the best game I've played. It was the only real game I played in my adult life really, other than I think maybe like the Batman Arkham series, a few of them. And then I played that, and then struggled after that to find a game to complete. Played like bits of games here and there. And then I remember we were speaking about that a few months before, and then in September last year, I was pissed. There was a footy game on. It was an early kickoff. It was an 12:30 kickoff, and I went out and I hadn't drank for a couple of months. And so I had a few drinks, and I was hammered in the middle of the day on a Saturday. And it was the Rebirth trailer.
As you do.
Yeah, as you do. It was the Rebirth trailer that came
Like, it was the very first one, wasn't it? Because there was a long time between you even finishing Remake and Rebirth coming out. So
yeah. Well, that came up, and then I was speaking to Emma about it, and I was saying, I used to love this game when I was a kid and all that, and I was showing a bit on YouTube from the original Final Fantasy 7, and she was like, why don't you go and buy the remake? I was like, no, because I've tried to get into games. The reason why I didn't get it when it came out is because I tried to get into different games at different points, and I just thought, I think it was COVID when it came out, when it
there was.
The remake. Yeah, so then I went out and bought it that day. I had a few more drinks, so I was too drunk to play it that day. Played it the next day, and I remember literally the opening. I was like, what? I was like, this is unreal. Like, is that like the way they remade that opening was perfect anyway. But then I remember like the feeling. I had to like stop myself. I was like, I'm gonna cry. I shit myself. I was like,
you were never around for the PS3 demo.
I remember that 2015.
Yeah.
Is it 2015 or earlier?
I was going to say.
The announcement for the actual remake was 2015, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah, I think the demo was like 2012 or something like that. It was mad, but like I remember like literally watching that with like goosebumps. I was like, oh my god, like it's happening.
Yeah, I remember so I'd watched the intro and I was like. You don't realise. I was getting like tingy. I was like teary. I was like, well, what the hell? Didn't expect it at all. And then, because like I said, I played different games over the years and big ones as well. Like I'd had to go. Someone recommended The Witcher 3 to me, which I did get into a fair bit. I didn't come anywhere close to completing it, but I got into a little bit. I'd played other like big games, so I wasn't really expecting to play it at all. Watched that intro, played the first hour. Did the Scorpion and everything, and I was like, what the fuck?
It's like 1-to-1 as well.
Yeah, but it was just, I was amazed by how much I loved it. And then I remember texting you saying, what the fuck? This is amazing. And then I texted my brother as well. So my brother who would watch playing it and played it with growing up, I texted him, I was like, have you played this? I was like, this is like, it's unbelievable. And then but even after that I was like, I'll probably, like with other games, I'll probably not be able to, even though it felt different, I thought I probably still won't be able to get into it. And like, it can't keep up being that good as it goes on. And it is, But to be fair, there's never a point in remake where I was bored. Or
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I agree with some like criticisms of like we watch a lot of Max.
We do.
Max,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously. And
A lot of all of them now since
good. But I remember it. Yeah, I agree with some of the stuff he says about like there's bits that are like too long. Going back in the sewers, that was one. That was like the first bit. That's towards the end, isn't it? Where with Leslie, and you go back in the sewers, and I remember thinking, I don't know about that. The side missions I didn't have a problem with. I know a lot of people had a problem with that. I enjoyed them.
I don't have a problem with side missions. Like I do all of them.
I know. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with them. I liked them because I liked particularly in Sector 7 with Cloud and Tifa, because I just think it's brilliant. Not as good as Rebirth, but it's really good character building. I think.
Yeah. I'd be surprised though. I've gone back to some parts in Remake, and I'm surprised just how much like you get out of the cutscenes and stuff like that. Like when I think about characterization, I think about Rebirth, but like Remake done a lot. Like.
yeah, it did. It's but that's what I mean. So I played that, and then I ended it at like on that first day. I ended it pretty much where you see Sephiroth in the fire and all that stuff, and then the next day carried on playing it, and then you get to Sector 7, and then it hit me again. The thing of like. Wow, what the fuck, the music coming. Yeah. And it was I think it was the music throughout it as well, where I was like you forget, because I hadn't thought about it for years. And it's like, even though I loved it when I was a kid, I don't know why, it just didn't come up in my head.
Well, I remember my first day, I think I stopped when I got to Sector 7. Went into the shop to see if I could buy any more weapons straight away. But then, I think I stopped at Sector 7, and then literally just like I ended up doing every single side quest that I could possibly do, and I remember getting stuck in like some warehouse for ages. Because was it Roche was like stopping everyone from leaving or something? I was like, I'm doing every side quest that I can possibly do, and that was my second day, like just doing everything.
I was the same, and like it was weird because I was playing it. I was like a little kid. I was turning around to Emma saying she was reading or something like that. I was bothered. I was like, look at this. But Emma got into it as well, like watching it. She didn't play it, but watching it like sort of second hand. I was like, oh, look at this, like that, and all like the character interactions like are incredible. And then I think as time went on with it, I think I completed Remake in about a month. I think just under a month. Yeah. Played like a couple hours each day. I think it took like 45 something like that. I think it was like 42, 45 hours, something like that to complete it. And then ever since then, so that was the end of September. I remember completing it the first week in October. That was when I finished it. And since then, like there's been a few days where I haven't listened to either the...
I was going to say, you've not stopped consuming Final Fantasy
VII. Basically, but the music is a big one. So I listened to the original soundtrack and the remake, one or the other, or not the full thing, but bits from it each day. Because the thing as well, I mean, we get more into the music bit of it later, but like what we always speak about as well is the variety in it. I don't think you don't really hear many people speaking about like the actual variety in the music that one person's made.
No,
that Nobu's made. Is ridiculous. The way you can go from Fight On, which is like that's my most listened to song on Spotify, and again I only started listening to it in September, and I've got a year's worth of obviously music that I listen to on Spotify. So do you know the funny thing about Fight On, how much I listen to that is I listen to Fight On more than my own music, and I do that thing where you stream your music a bit, like put it on overnight and all. I don't tell Spotify. I mean, I've only got like 30 quid out of it, so I'm gonna be worried. But that's how excessive I've listened to it is how much I've listened to. Well,
I remember you telling me that it's like your top listened to songs
by far, and like
you've only been listening to it for like 3 months.
Exactly. Well, because by the end of the year, Nobu was my top artist, and we started listening to him in September. So like the music and everything is thinking, like since then I've been like obsessed, but then at the same time trying, like I've said to you, haven't I? Don't tell me anything because I could. Well, there's a lot.
I failed.
You failed at something, but I couldn't. I couldn't remember a lot of the game going forward. So, like I say, I can picture things. I remember we used to have conversations, didn't we?
Yeah,
and I'd sit there and be like,
no, well, I'd always basically let you work it out.
Yeah,
and I had to tell you if you're right or not.
So well, leading up to Rebirth coming out, I didn't want to know anything beyond Midgar, and then even anything like from Midgar from the original that I forgot. Well, it was all in the remake anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah,
expanded upon.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then since I've completed Rebirth, I've gone back and played the original.
Talking about playing the original, like as I said, like I think when I played it, I was like 5 or 6 or a little bit younger. But I mainly watched my uncle play it a few times because I was absolutely terrible. As I said, like I got stuck in the tunnels and stuff like that. But playing Final Fantasy 7 again a few years later, and then even more recently after Rebirth, it's mad how much you kind of like you forget. Because there's a part on the train where you talk to Jessie and she shows you like the whole like map of Shinra and stuff like that of Midgar, and like I saw that recently and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like it unlocked like memories of me, and that's how I know exactly what point I got lost in them tunnels and what I did wrong. I basically just ran the wrong way, like, but it's like unreal. I basically got stuck between screens because I'd go like 2 or 3 screens in, and I'd go like, I'm not getting anywhere, and then I'd go like 2 or 3 screens back and I'd be like, oh no, I'm stuck.
Well, there's a few bits in it that I like that, aren't there, with I think it's Corel in the desert. When you go so far, you get like a carriage. I think you can go unlimited almost that way, but you go, but once you go back one, a carriage comes and gets you. Right. I think that's in Corel, and then there's a bit where I played the other week is after the Icicle Inn. So you climb up to the crater, climb up the mountain and that, and there's different ways you can go. You got to follow the map and that. Yeah. There was a point when I was doing that for a while there. Right. I think it does take it out. It doesn't leave you stuff. Yeah. But I think it's just the nature of the way the maps were. But also as well, like when I played the original again a few months ago, one of the things I forgot is like it feels like the story of it, and I don't know if this like is just the way RPGs were back in the day anyway. I can't really remember much of the ones I played, but you have to go find the story for yourself in a way. Yeah. Well, go and speak to people.
That's what I've always loved about Final Fantasy, because like I do think 7 was like the first Final Fantasy I'd ever played. Yeah. And then I think 10 was the first one that I actually had like the kind of mental capacity to actually play through. Like I remember getting what were they called? They were like little discs that you'd get in magazines. Game Shark or something with all the cheats and stuff. Like I had to use cheats to get through Final Fantasy 10 as a kid. But like I do think 7 and 10 is the stuff that like started everything for me of like loving Final Fantasy. I think once I beat 10, I then played, I think I went back and played like 9 for a little bit because again like somebody had it in the family. But then it was 12. And after that I got a PSP and probably shouldn't say it, but like pirated every single Final Fantasy and just played them in order. Like it was amazing. But that is like the big thing about the old ones. Nothing's given to you. Like you need to find like there's NPCs in the background. You better talk to them to find out where to go or where to find like the weapon and stuff like that. Well,
because even like, correct me if I'm wrong, because like you'll know obviously more than me. But like what I've played, the whole thing with open world games now as well, they're not like, you're still given the story and it's like go here, go there, and it tells you directly you need to do this, need to do that. The open world's mainly for side missions and that, isn't it? So it doesn't feel like games do it like that anymore, where it's like go and just find out what you're doing yourself. Even though like say open world ones, you can go and do a million side missions, but it tells you directly. The ones I've played, it tells you directly go over there,
Well, it's weird that like open world games have become like a kind of like, you know, oh, this new amazing thing, open world gaming. When really, when you think about it, the original Final Fantasy is like the most open world that you can get. You can leave the first town straight away, walk, I think it's like northwest, and immediately get hit with like a level 50 enemy that will just destroy you. And like, like nothing's keeping you from doing anything in a certain order apart from the story. But you can go wherever you want. Like.
But that was one of the things you said about the Midgar Summer. Midgard Summer. In Rebirth. It's one of the things, it was your first criticism, I think.
Yeah, it was.
First and probably only criticism.
Really? Yeah, I actually think so. Yeah.
But, and you said, and I agree with that actually, because one of the things that again I remembered from playing the original before I played remake, and that was the snake.
Yeah.
And like the thing, you know, you get caught by the snake and like it kills you, and like it's only later on you can beat it. That would have been, but I don't know how you'd.
I know.
No one will notice that the beer has changed.
No one will notice that the beer has changed. Yeah.
The camera went off. This is why I'm a failed filmmaker.
Bear with us, few technical difficulties.
Many technical difficulties. So how do you do it?
How do you do it? Right, well, I thought it was really good the way that they had to, like, you know, go to the shack, they see the poster of the Midgard Summer, and then they're like, right, well, we need a chocobo. I thought that was actually alright. I'd have preferred them wading out, seeing this giant monster coming for them, and then going, oh, no, let's not do that. And then maybe seeing the poster, but you know, whatever, that's nitpicky. That's nitpicky as hell. Essentially, when they get the chocobo and go through, I'd have just preferred us not to win the Midgard Summer fight. And I know that technically we didn't, because Cloud got like dragged down.
And give you the reason to go back later.
Exactly, give you a reason to go back later.
What do you mean? So like one of those things in games where you do win it. So for example, the first example that comes into my head, funnily enough, is Budokai Tenkaichi. Well, I think all the Dragon Ball Z game, the Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi series, where you win a fight, but story-wise, you win it, but like you've lost. Do you know what I mean? It cuts to a scene where you've lost it.
But no, like I'd have much preferred
or you lose it like you do in the original.
Yeah, like I'd have much preferred to like drop its health by like a quarter or something, and that be like really difficult to do, but you can't escape. Don't want to diss Trunks' sword. Like drop it by like a quarter or something, but you can't escape that fight, and you're basically like, how am I going to do the rest of this? Maybe even not a quarter, maybe like even less, right? But then you escape, and it's just like the original. Like instead of seeing Sephiroth do the thing, I'd have much preferred us run with our tail between our legs, then have to do like chocobo training with Bill. So basically we get the chocobo, we immediately go to the ranch. We try to go past, but we're not good enough jockeys. But we're not good enough jockeys to like get past the Midgard Summer. We get into a fight with it, we need to run, right? And then we do the chocobo training, and then we don't even see the Midgard Summer. It's exactly how it like kind of plays out in Rebirth. But then we see it on like the stake or whatever, and then everyone's like, who did that? Oh, it must be Sephiroth. Cloud sees like an apparition of Sephiroth or whatever. But then later on in the story, we can come back and there's another Midgard Summer that we can fight.
That's what I just thought. Is that in the original? Is there two?
In the original, there's loads. You can kill the Midgard Summer, wait round for like not even a minute.
No, but with the one that Sephiroth kills isn't the one you fight.
No.
Oh, so after Sephiroth kills it, it's still there?
Yeah, it's still there. It's always there.
Oh, so even at the end of the game?
Yeah. But that's what I mean, like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a unique enemy or not. But like I'd have preferred, in all honesty, for us to get like, and it just builds Sephiroth up, doesn't it? It's like we fought like as hard as we could to drop its health down. Like Rebirth's got no super bosses apart from really Gilgamesh and the like final trials on oh, what's the island? Is it Gilgamesh Island?
Yeah.
Is it Gilgamesh Island? Yeah. So like it's got no real super bosses apart from those trials. Throw the Midgard Solomon in as a super boss.
Yeah.
You know, like I know it doesn't really make sense, but like, you know.
Has anyone or anything you've seen with the developers, have they mentioned why they did it differently?
No, I don't think it gets brought up.
I haven't seen anyone mention it, actually.
It doesn't get brought up much.
Maybe you're the only person that I've seen.
Maybe it's just a nitpick.
Yeah, look, you're the only person that I've seen.
But I remember being absolutely terrified of the Midgard
and you've run.
It's like a game. As soon as I saw the snake, I started to want to run, but I'd gone too far. It caught up with me. Yeah. Like, and that's why like I was so scared as well.
But that is like a game, isn't it? Because you like everyone probably did this. Is like you try and get across, don't you? Like on your own without the Chocobros before it gets there and all that. And you try different tactics.
Like that's what I mean. Like maybe keep in the fact that the party see it and stuff like that. But I weighed it out, like to see what would happen, and then you just get a little thing saying go back, and like maybe if you do it a few times, Barrett and Tifa like chime in and like, oh, we need the Chocobo or whatever. Like that to me was like I was very disappointed because I thought like, no, let me get into trouble. Let me get me arse handed to me. You know what I mean? Like let me know that there's threats that I can't deal with right now, and then maybe I can come back to it. You know, like, and that falls into a problem if there's only one Midgard Soma, but I don't think there should be only one Midgard Soma. It's a species. Like there should be more than one, shouldn't there? But,
I can't believe we've got into criticisms of it.
Criticisms already
of the game, which we both said is not only our favourite game, but it's favourite piece of life. Rebirth
has completely changed what I think a game can do, to be perfectly honest. Rebirth is amazing. And like, what did I do, like 150 hours, 160 hours, something like that before I finished?
Yeah, I think we were both.
And you were like very similar.
I think we were both around 150. Because I'm on like 190 now since completing it. I was just
Queen's. I haven't gone back since completing it. Like, but
I just played like Queen's. About 150.
But like I remember every single day, every time one of us would get in front, or something like that, and like we'd be texting each other, and we were just like, "There's more, there's more stuff."
But I got in front at a bad time because we went to Ireland for your 30th, didn't we? And I couldn't talk to you because I'd got at that point the day before we got to Ireland, I got to the Gold Saucer, and you were still in Costa del Sol, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So you hadn't even done any of the Mako reactor in Corel
or I hadn't. I can't imagine keeping that in.
I was like that far ahead, but then you had days where you just I don't even know how you got ahead of it, because there's points where it's that far ahead.
The problem with me was I was doing all the side stuff meticulously, like literally like.
You spent like 3 hours doing
scouring every single corner.
Sit-ups.
Well, exactly.
I
did do.
It's difficult.
I did more than 3 hours. Sit-ups.
For reasons we shall not mention. Because when I played Remake, I was like, this is by far the best. As I was playing through Remake, I was thinking, this is it's definitely the best game I played. And again, my what's the word, like frame of reference is really small for games. Obviously I played loads, like I said, on PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 when I was younger, but like the games that have came out in the last 10 years, I've played basically 2 of them, like 3 of them. But I played Remake, like, this is definitely the best thing I've ever played. But as I was playing through it, I was like, this is like one of the best things, like pieces of art, media entertainment, whatever you want to call it. Beyond games, like including films and all that, this is one of the best things I've
Well, I think games
played.
are possibly the best entertainment.
Oh, there's an argument for that, definitely. We've had a fucking nightmare. Cameras are broke. I think it might be the heat in here.
It's not that warm.
I feel sweaty.
Do you?
I don't sweat.
It's probably the lager.
Yeah. We've had a nightmare. Apologies for the technical difficulties.
Well, technical difficulties too. Electric Boogaloo. But, hopefully it should be the last of the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Just like Final Fantasy 7. We've only got 2 so far.
We're going to do a little Nevermind the Buzzcocks-esque
Okay.
music.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do 5. I'm going to hum.
You're going to hum them?
I don't know, I'm just going to do it with my mouth. 5 songs. What's that called?
Before.
5 songs from Final Fantasy 7. You got to guess them.
Okay. You do know how bad I am with OSTs, don't you?
Original soundtrack.
Original soundtrack, yeah.
I don't know why that stopped me.
I don't know why that took you that long.
Yeah.
You've been listening to them?
No. I've seen his OST for the last year.
Probably just clicked what it means.
Yeah.
It's mad that this Ost keeps making all my favourite songs. I thought it was Nobu Uematsu. Not Ost. Who's Ost?
Yeah, who's this Ost? That'd actually be a good name for an artist, actually, wouldn't it?
Ost.
Yeah, Ost.
You think?
If you did, like, so if you were like Nobu or Hans Zimmer and you did soundtracks, call yourself Ost. Yeah, the official soundtrack, man. Anyway, so I'm going to do 5 tracks. I'm going to make them easy. I'm not going to do like obscure ones.
So, yeah, but I don't think. Remember, we had a conversation about soundtracks. Yeah, and I can't remember the line I said, but like I don't fuck with soundtracks. So I'm going to do 5. You've got to get these. I'm going to do like the 5 ones that you're on. Ready? That was one of the ones I was going to do. You're getting a hard one for that now. Ruined it for yourself. Right, you ready? Yeah.
There we go.
I do know it. I've told you I'm bad at this though. It's not Gold Saucer, is it?
Hey,
I wanted to say the June on Parade, but oof.
1 out of 5. Right.
See, now I know what this is. I don't know who's theme that is.
So it's got an official title. I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2 answers for it because it's where it first comes in. Where it only comes in the original, I think. I think even in Rebirth it only plays once in this, but it's like it's not a character's theme. It's more a place's theme, but it's got its own name. That's got nothing to do with the place.
Well, this is difficult, but I've played it many times on the piano in Rebirth. That's how I know it. What's it called? Is it like Journey something?
It's like. It hasn't got Journey in it, but it suggests the journey, I said...
On Our Way.
Yeah,
On Our Way.
2 out of 5.
Thank you. I wouldn't have got it without that. Is this Pirates thing?
Yeah.
Because I hated it on the piano.
Yeah, shit. It's not all, okay. This one.
You can carry on and do it if you want. I don't want to steal you. I don't want to steal you.
No. I want to make them harder now because the next one I was going to do.
Well, if you were going to do obviously I was going to get that one. Something about the planet.
Doesn't do that. Is it? I don't know what the name of it is actually.
Oh.
This gives it away a bit.
Why?
There's a reason why it hasn't. Does it have a name? But, like,
Well, I thought it was something like to do with the planet. Like not quite Tears of the Planet, but something
listen to the
similar.
cries of it. That's the
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's the 7 seconds as well at the end of. It took that.
Yeah. No, I don't know that one.
It's the main theme.
The main theme.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Or like originally the overworld
Yeah.
theme. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's it. Planet. Overworld is a planet.
So that's all 3 out of 5, and then the last one.
I think you were actually kind of bad at that one. I'm not gonna lie, lad. You better up your production value on this last one.
The problem is with this one. So the problem is when you do them is that you forget how the others go then as I'm like doing them.
Well, this better be Gone Gaga. Are you doing it? Is this it?
No, I was doing Gone Gaga.
That wasn't.
You did the intro.
That wasn't Gone Gaga.
It was.
Nah, that doesn't make me want to cry. Gone Gaga makes me want to cry.
I'm gonna fucking oboe on me. Fucking Irish bagpipes. Have you heard the remake of that by?
I think you sent me it, didn't you?
Is it Sarah or Sarah?
Yeah, and it is still really
That's
nice.
amazing.
Yeah. No, but honestly, nothing is better than the Gone Gaga theme and Rebirth. Oh my
It is
God.
the best, I think.
Yeah, I
probably
think
is the best.
I actually nearly cried when I first heard that.
It's a mad.
I was there with Moya, and I was like, "Oh my God, like this is amazing."
Yeah.
So,
It's a mad, like you wouldn't. It's a mad thing to think of because it's a jungle. So you get all like the. I think it's called the pan. I think there's a bit of pan drum in it.
Yeah.
So you'd think of maybe doing that in the jungle, but like for some reason
I feel like that's is that Caribbean stuff.
Yeah, like the pan.
Yeah.
The instrument is, it's not a bagpipe. It's an Irish. I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically an Irish bagpipe, so it's smaller.
Yeah.
It's not an oboe. An oboe's like a flute, I think. But anyway, so
I thought you said no oboe. I was like, I don't know.
yeah, it is an oboe. Well, it's not. Gone Gaga is an oboe.
No,
I don't think so. I don't think it's an oboe. No.
I still love it.
Yeah.
That means it's not in the concert. I'm gonna riot.
Oh no, it'll be last one.
Feel free to use the table if you need, lad.
I forgot how we're with it.
Tell me the name. I might be able to help you.
I'm gonna have to do a different one because I forgot how it actually. Wow, I'm with this one. I don't know. Do it, is it?
It's not Genova, is it? It's not a Genova theme.
I'm doing the wrong thing.
Hi.
I know, I'm mixing two together.
You're mixing two.
It was the chase on the motorbike.
Oh yeah.
And then I think it went into.
I never would have got the chase. I was getting Genova after. So have we got 3 out of 5?
No, I want to give you a better last one because I messed up. The last one I wanted to do, still can't get in my head.
How?
Hang on.
Maybe you should have rolled it down. Oh, then again, you know what it is, you just don't know how to do it. Well, I've got one for you while you try and do that.
Go on then.
Bow wow wow, bow wow wow.
Salmon's for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's it actually called?
I don't know.
It's a dog, don't it?
Yeah.
Let's say you got 3 out of 5.
It's a dog. Yeah.
But the last one was my The hazy Janes.
Yeah.
Hazy Janes, don't want it said on the tin.
It has. It has.
So what else are we going to do? So we've got favourite character.
Favourite character.
Mine's just Cloud. I think he's one of the best characters ever written, I think.
Zack.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm a Zack guy.
Yeah.
I'm a Zack guy.
Yeah, I love Zack.
I did read something recently that made me not like him as much, which I'm a little bit disappointed in. You know, like when you wish you hadn't seen something. But like, it was actually talking about how there's 3 heroes in Final Fantasy 7. You've got Sephiroth when he was a hero, which is like, you know, the chosen one. 100%.
Those chosen by the planet.
Supposed to be the hero. Then you've got Zack, who's like basically he says immediately in Crisis Core and stuff like that, you know, like he wants to be a hero. Like he's trying to be the hero. And funnily enough, like this person also noticed it. Like he doesn't actually become heroic until like he's experimented on, which I didn't like, because like I remember playing through Crisis Core and being like all in Zack's favour, like when it first came out on the PSP. But playing it, Crisis Core Reunion, I found like everything until they got experimented on kind of like, what's the point of it? And like they kind of said like, you notice that like Zack's kind of going, I want to be the hero, and he gets through into Wutai and is like basically, oh well, if you're not with Shinra, I'll kill you. And it's kind of like, you know, like why? Oh, cause you know, because I want to be a hero. It's like, well,
I think that's
like that's kind of like the whole soldier thing, isn't it? Like, you know, he's a soldier, he's just doing his job, and like that's where I think it becomes.
But I don't think he is though, just doing his job. I think
he questions it and stuff like that.
Because he grows at the end and he realises Shinra are bad, but he thinks he's the hero because they're the bad people. They're the bad
people. But like, you know,
and also he's thinking with Yuffie. Don't forget as well.
Oh yeah, no, he is. He's really, he's really good with Yuffie. Like, and he does. He tends to only kill people that try to kill him. And they say that in Rebirth as well, don't they? Where like it's, you know, you need to fight, otherwise you're gonna die. But like, it made me kind of see the first half of Crisis Core in like a different light, where it's like, oh, he's spouting about being a hero loads, but he's just doing a job. He's just doing like, you know, what I do. Whereas like once he gets experimented on, that's where like his heroic side kind of comes out properly, because like he carries fucking Cloud like halfway across the planet, comatose and stuff like that. You know, like he doesn't need to do that. He could just go nah, and he'd still be alive. But
I think he's heroic in the sense as well, where he loves Angeal, doesn't he?
Well, he save him. Like that's one thing that I don't. That's one thing that I really like about Zack, is the fact that like he can't seem to leave anything alone. Like once like he sees something, it's like, right, I need to do something. You know, and like that's really what I like about Zack. And he's just a very optimistic character.
He's just
but
goofball.
Like closely behind that is Cloud, because like we're all Cloud, really.
Well, that's it. It's actually you want to be Cloud. Zack,
you want to be Cloud is who you are. Imposter syndrome and all that.
I think I want to do something on that, because I think there's something in that, like actually more, like, I don't know, there's something behind that as well, like the way they've written it. Of like Zack's like this, like, I don't know, fantasy sort of perfect character, isn't he? Especially with Cloud's like backstory with him as well.
No, well,
I think that, like the metaphor behind it is quite like.
When you think about it, Sephiroth is the perfect character. Sephiroth is the physical hero. Right, he just doesn't have the mental capacity to kind of like fully embody the hero. Right, he's like the chosen one. Zack is definitely the mental like capacity of a hero. He's just unfortunate that he's overshadowed by Sephiroth. Like he hasn't got quite the physical capabilities of Sephiroth, or like even the magical capabilities of Sephiroth. Doesn't have the lineage or anything like that. Just comes from a bum town, and like what?
Bum town.
A bum town.
Gongaga.
Yeah, bum town.
Bum town. It's a dream town.
No, it's a dream to us, yeah, but like, no, what I mean is like he hasn't come from, he hasn't like been born and bred Midgar, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's on a question I want to ask you after this actually.
Okay, so, but yeah, Zack 100%, like he's every shonen protagonist. One, you know what I mean? Like he's always like going, oh what, like that didn't hurt, yeah, well it will now because I have the power of my friends, you know, like that's what the whole like the core gameplay of Crisis Core is with the slots. He gets more powerful when he thinks about his friends.
But that's also
like, that's
Advent Children as well. Like speech at the end.
Yeah,
it's like that's what you don't get.
But this is where Cloud is kind of like the accidental hero. Like he kind of just he stumbles into it by a series of unfortunate events that are nothing to do with him. But like he is like the kind of the unfortunate hero, accidental hero, but then makes a decision to actually be the hero. Like he he finds out that everything he thought he knew was a lie and stuff like that. But then he's like, you know, like he forges on anyway. Like that's what I mean. Like I do think what you said is completely true. Like that's why I love Zack, because he's what everyone should aspire to be. Maybe apart from the kind of just listen to the company and kill everyone. But like he is what everyone should aspire to be, that, you know, beacon of positivity. But everyone is Cloud. You know, everyone is Cloud. Like apart from maybe a few people, as if Cloud's on the screen. But like that's the way that like I now see it a little bit as well. Like, you know, Sephiroth was the chosen one. Zack was like the hero by his own choice. And then Cloud's the accidental hero, you know. But
it's a good way of looking at it.